Jana, how you doing?
Hi there. I'm okay. I'm just eating my dinner here at the table.
Well, enjoy. It's
Thank
wonderful.
you. How are you doing, Leslie?
Oh, I'm pretty good. A little disheveled looking, I'm sure.
Oh,
It's
you look.
raining
Yeah, it's
and
raining here too.
oh yeah, it's supposed
Yeah.
to rain for the next 7 days.
Yeah, here too. Where are you are you in Atlanta?
I'm in Atlanta, yes.
Wow, yeah, and I'm in Indiana and it's supposed to be raining here a lot too. I'm hoping it'll let up and I can go
Yep.
for my walk tonight.
Yeah, no, it'd be nice if it didn't rain until like an hour ago. Um, and it's kind of sparse, it's not heavy rain, but it's
Mm-hmm.
supposed to get
No.
more rain as the evening goes on.
Don't worry about
Okay. Oh,
it.
there's Altamis.
Hi, how are
Alton, how
you?
are you doing?
Hmm.
I'm feeling good. How are you guys?
Doing good.
Alive and well and excited.
Oh, great. I'm excited about today myself.
Yay.
Yay, yay, yay.
I'm doing bunches of website updates.
Yes,
Uh,
I see.
yes, and I apologize ahead of time because I was doing them in a sandbox for a period of time, and then when I got it good enough to go up, I just went ahead and put it up. And then I'm just doing stuff with banners, and I'm trying to create a pop-up for the link to this um to the Zoom, so that when people hit the website they can always just get to it easily. And I put it at the top of the website, so it's a link to the top of the website, but I'm trying to make it as easily accessible as possible. So
Well,
it's been a few weeks since I got it started, and I like doing it this way. I wanted to see, am I going to like it? Is the technology going to work? Is it all going to be good? And I think it is all good. And I want to do more of it. So I'm actually thinking about keeping the 6 to 8, but then adding an early morning. So adding like 7:30 to 9:30, um, 2 days a week in the morning.
in
So that,
addition, you're saying?
yeah, in addition.
Okay, that's going to be a lot.
It's I don't envision that, it's something else when people are like, "What, you're loading yourself up," and I'm like, but I'm up anyway. And it's not that I don't have anything to do, but it does kind of help with questions and people in different time zones and stuff like that. Like if I can
Yeah.
make myself available to a group of people at a period of time instead of answering people one on one here and there, um, it would be less effort. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yes.
it feels like it's more time, but it really is less effort because I can talk to a group of people who kind of I answer multitudes of questions that some people don't even know they have.
Yeah. And what's really great about that is sometimes you hear some things and the same thing is said the next day, and it's like, I never heard that. You don't hear everything all the time.
A
So
a
that's
hundred
really
percent,
great.
100%. And yeah, and my goal is to get more people on. So I'm going to start sending emails, um, so that everybody's reminded that this session is happening. And then as more people make purchases, they get invited also, so they know, like, if I have a question, I'm here. You don't have to um, rely on me getting the message, having the free time to call you back, and more people get served in the same amount of time.
That's excellent. I hope you don't get tired of having me. I'll be in the background, but I'll be around. This is my life now since, things are going the way they are.
Well, and the better is coming. It's coming. It's just not coming as fast as we would like it. And I'm telling you, I'm experiencing the exact same thing because 3 years in, I'm still treating my left eye. And until I find the sweet spot that makes that clear and I don't have to deal with it anymore, I'm gonna keep going. Like
Yes.
there's issues that people need to have resolved that the medical community has said there's no way to resolve that.
Yes.
So as long as they keep believing there's no way to resolve it, and I keep believing, yeah, there is, there's got to be a way. I'm going to keep plugging away at trying to find answers.
And I just pray that you stay strong and healthy and continue this walk that you're on. It's a journey.
Well, thank you. And I'm excited. I'm excited by it. I used to, when I was younger, I rode horses almost every day. And I used to do some long distance rides, like 10 miles, not 100 miles, but 10 or 15 miles in a day. And I remember like 12 years old, I was telling my dad, I'm like, I want to go on a long distance ride tomorrow. And I said, I'm just worried that, you know, when I get, because there was a certain area where it's a lot of traffic and the roads were narrow and you're on your horse on the side of the road and it goes like a quarter of a mile. And I'm, just worried that she's going to get spooked and then, potentially buck me off and da 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 da. And my dad was like, why are you worried about stuff that hasn't happened yet?
That's what we do.
And I know I get that from my mom because she was a worrier. Don't run too fast. You might fall down and break your neck. That's her idea of everything was you're going to break your neck. Um, but he was like, don't worry about stuff that hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. Don't worry about it. Just keep moving in a forward direction. You need to be cautious when you get to that point. You know how to ride, you know your horse. Just, pay attention and get through it. And I got to that section, and when I got there, like four cars passed me, and that was it. I'm like totally worried about nothing.
Yeah. And a lot of times we put that thought, and sometimes it's negative, but we put it in the universe and we get what we think. And that's not a good thing. So we just have to be positive.
Yeah, yeah, and really talk about the outcome you want,
Right.
not the outcome you don't want.
Right.
And I find that very reassuring, and I try and change language amongst people that I'm talking to because a lot of people call me and say, I think I'm going blind. And I'm like, well, can you see right now? Yeah, well, you're not going blind today. So let's just talk about what's going on
Right.
today
Right. Right.
because that's all we can solve for. We can't solve for what's going to happen 15 years from now. So let's talk about where we are right now and see what we can figure out. So I agree with you. I was talking to a customer earlier this morning, and she's a very in tune individual. She's definitely um I can't think of the word that I want to say. Uh Empathic. So
Mm-hmm.
she's definitely empathic. And I'm talking to her and she said, words are spells.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
I said, I agree with that. I agree with that 1,000%. And she
Absolutely.
said, so that means your prayers are spells.
Mm-hmm.
And if you pray for an outcome that's positive instead of praying against a negative outcome,
Right.
she said, then the universe doesn't have to translate what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
Pray for what you want. Don't pray, I really hope this doesn't happen. you know,
Yeah. I
please.
find that the universe doesn't translate. It takes what you're saying and you keep getting more of what you're asking for. So we
Yes,
do have to change the language.
yes, yeah. I think it is a key factor in just just training ourselves to think in a way that's positive and proactive as opposed to negative.
Yeah.
So I practice that every single day. And
Yeah.
when I talk to my products, because I talk to everything,
Mm,
and when I talk to my products and talk to my ingredients, I'm like, okay, here's what we're gonna do.
right.
You're gonna do your best to get to the macula and the fovea, and you're gonna turn on what needs to be turned on and turn off what needs to be turned off, and you're gonna do it in 10 easy drops. Let's work that out.
And I thank you for doing that because that does help. We have to speak what we want.
Yes, I truly believe that. I didn't believe it probably 10 years ago, not even that long ago, 5 years ago. But
Mm,
now it's proven to be true, given when I got the download message, put the DMSO in the castor oil, and I did that. The next thing, within weeks, but the next thing I said to myself as my eyesight was getting better was, I wonder if this could be a business. And then I saw a podcast on how to start a product-based business, like 10
speak
minutes
it,
later.
speak it, speak it. You know what's very interesting, and I'll shut up in a second. I've always believed positive, universal thinking, and this time that I'm experiencing now, I'm finding myself in such a stagnant place. And it's so unbecoming of me because I find myself using words that I've never used before.
Yeah.
Can't. I've never believed in that. And then no, I don't want to say stuck, but I'm in a place at sometimes where I can't this and I can't that. So I have to hit myself because I know better. Anyway,
Yeah. But it is, I got to tell you, it is indicative of certain things in our lives, because the world we live in is built for people that can walk, it's built for people that can see. So if you cannot walk and you cannot see, the world is hard on you in big, big, big ways. So it's easy to get really down in the dumps when those are things that aren't coming easy. They're not coming easy.
yeah,
Uh, as my mom was aging and she got to the point where she needed a walker, and she would get so annoyed. She would get so mad. I hate this thing, I don't want to have to use it. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't understand. Somebody in their right mind, probably 100 years ago, developed an idea that would help you 100 years later get where you're going using a very simple machine, a very simple methodology. And it's there to support you. You can sit on it. You can carry your crap with it. You can go anywhere you want to go with it. You can fold it up. Like, what's wrong? Like, what's the bad part? I don't get it. And, after that conversation, she was like, okay, I get it. And as I was going through my eyesight journey, there were many days that I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna. You analyze, what am I gonna do when this gets worse?
yeah, yeah. And I try not to
And
go there. Yeah,
yes, exactly, exactly. And I finally got my feet under me and was like, it's not gonna get worse. It's only gonna get better. It can
yeah.
either stay right here or get better, but it's only gonna go in those two ways. It's not gonna get any worse. I refuse.
We
I
have
refuse.
to encourage ourselves, don't we?
Yes. And that's another reason I love these calls, because I want to be an encouraging point, and I want us to encourage each other, because I think hearing that everyone's having a little bit of a different journey makes it easier to accept your journey,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But it's just like you said, it's just a journey. This is just the start.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I would like to ask something and then I'll shut up for good on this call on this
You don't
call
have to shut
today.
up. You don't have to shut up for good. Oh my God.
Um, the bleed that I have had, um, and I'm seeing all this fluid. I'm sure it's in the back of my eye, but it's projected in front
Yes.
as though I'm looking through it. Would you expect as the weeping takes place that it would be taking some of that away?
Yes. But here's the thing that you have to kind of be aware of. I believe it's coming from the back of your eye, but I also believe it's like a hose that somebody didn't turn all the way off.
Right.
And as it's coming out, it's also filling up. And what we've got to figure out is how to turn the hose off before we worry about how to empty the jar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that slow fill is happening on a regular basis, but taking that water out is happening on a regular basis. We just got to stop the filling up.
Hmm.
Once we get to the point where that knob is turned tight enough that there's no inflow, the outflow it'll look less and less and less every single day.
Does that mean the 40/60 is part of the turning off,
Yes,
the healing?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna so this is something I want to do for you is the next time I purchase the Melio Panini honey, they always send me because I buy like 32-ounce bags of it, and they
Mhm.
always send me a little 5 ml bottle. I'm gonna send you that 5 ml bottle because it'll probably be in the next 2 weeks that I buy more. Because that's what's in the foreign eye, and that's the drop that is not, withstandable right now for you.
Mhm.
I would like you to try the honey on its own and see if you can tolerate that, because that has so many beneficial factors in it for the eye that I think that will help shut down, heal over, repair whatever is whatever is feeding the leak.
Okay. All right. My thought process was that the honey was the thing that was giving it the extra sting.
The honey probably is giving it extra sting, but in association with the DMSO, because the DMSO is pushing the honey further back into the eye.
Okay.
The honey by itself with no DMSO, I don't think you're going to experience the same level of sting.
Okay. There was I can't think of his name. He worked with Dr. Sabi. I think he claimed that he was his son at one time. Not that it was his full son, blood son, but that he called him his father, you know. But
Right,
anyway, he's in Atlanta. I can't Mr. K, Miss K, I can't think of his name. But anyway, he sells a stingless honey, uh, made from stingless bees, a honey. I can't think of the name
right,
of it, but it's different than yours. And I tried that for a long time. It did not do anything. But it's like I say, it's a different bee than yours.
right, right. So, and it's a 5 ml bottle. It doesn't do a whole lot for me. I always pour it in my bigger batch, but you know, it's worth trying. At this point, it's worth trying everything
Absolutely.
to.
I'm willing to, and I appreciate it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as soon as I order it, when it comes in, I'll make sure that I set that aside for you.
Thank you so much. All right. Now
Yeah.
I'm shut down.
Okay. So I want everybody to know your boxes are in the mail for the retinal radiance and the macular regeneration. So start looking out for those to be showing up in the next 2 or 3 days.
Now, would we get notice, email, that they've shipped, or, because I haven't gotten that yet.
I'm not sure if you would have gotten an email because it's an order I set up. You know what I mean? I did it, I put it as an order um in Shopify, but it's an order I set up, not an order that you created.
Oh, I bet that's the difference, yeah. I did get notice that there was an order getting ready to ship, you know, uh, but I didn't, yeah. So, but I'm looking forward to getting that for sure.
I gotta tell you, hang on, let me get this one. Just drop this. I just dropped this. This is the macular regeneration with the DMSO and the um this has the hydrogenated water and DMSO and the I don't want to drop my phone, sorry.
Saffron,
The saffron tea, yeah.
uh,
And this bad boy, it stings. Like it has a flat out sting because it's 40% DMSO. Um, but I'm telling you, like the sting is well worth it when you get on, and it takes probably a full minute for it to just chill out. But man, like for me, the crispness in my eyesight after this, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And Nancy, I'm most excited about you using it and giving me some details about how it offers benefit in your eyes.
I definitely will. So are we getting two different drops?
You're
The
getting
retinal
two
rate?
two different drops. Yeah.
And that was going to be my first question to you is when do I use them at the same time I'm using the 40/60 and the C Clear and the Revitalize and all that?
No.
No.
I want you to use them at different times because I want to know if you notice anything with these drops specifically. So not together with, with all the other drops on their own so that you can identify this specific drop is doing a specific thing.
So, but the retinal radiance and the macular regeneration, those two can be done together?
They could be done together if you were to choose to do that. Yeah.
But and the retinal radiance, does that one sting?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
But
That's fine. Just to let me know. Yeah.
no, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have nearly the same sting.
Okay.
So
That pause told everything we needed to know.
Really, really.
yeah.
It's like, get ready, get ready. It's a good thing I live alone. Nobody can hear me scream. Like,
No,
okay.
it really isn't that bad. Like if
Yeah.
if I would never start somebody on these drops and not have them have been using Revitalize and using a 30/70 or 40/60 or been in that kind of flow
Yeah.
because I think that I would just be revolting. It would be like
Yeah.
you can't do that to me.
Yeah.
So it does take preparation,
Okay.
which is why they're not immediately available on the website, because people would order it and then they would hate me for life because it would be a shocker. But the retinal radiance is a much thicker. I'm going to see if I can grab my bottle. This is it.
Do we prep it with the Revitalize?
Yeah, you're going to use Revitalize ahead of time.
Oh, before the retinal radiance?
Yeah, before both of them.
But not like 5 minutes apart? Put more time between them, or?
No, you're going to use the Revitalize, and then you'll use the Retinal Radiance
Okay.
or the Macular Regeneration right after the Revitalize. And
Okay.
if you use them back to back, you just need one drop of Revitalize, and then you could use both of the products.
Okay.
But this, I mean, this looks so, it's so very different than, oh, come on, there we go. It's way thicker.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to see if I can get it where it's going to let you see it. It's way thicker of a drop. And it kind of feels like mud in the eye for about 5 seconds.
Leslie,
Which one? The retinal radiance?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Leslie,
Yeah. Yes.
can you hear me today?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Am I better?
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Okay. Wanted to know about refrigeration of those drops.
So they don't need to be, they're in the same class as the rest of them. They don't need to be refrigerated unless the temperature gets above 80 degrees.
Okay.
So that's the only qualification. And I might take the macular regeneration and refrigerate that tonight and test it and see how it feels in the eye after refrigeration. I don't imagine that's going to make a massive difference, but I do want to test that out. But the it's just there's a bite to them, you know, and the macular regeneration is 40% DMSO. So it's very on the high side of the DMSO to get the saffron as deep as possible in the eye.
Did you say that they need to be refrigerated? I missed that. I walked away.
No, they don't need to be refrigerated unless the ambient temperature, you know, wherever they're kept is 80 degrees or higher.
Leslie, since I'm dealing with the inflammation, am I to try these now?
So
Or should I just wait?
there's a piece of me that says it doesn't really make a difference whether you try them now or later. For you though, Altamise, I really want to identify what you're experiencing when you're using them. So, like, for instance, if the sting is just beyond what you can bear, so if you're getting the same kind of result that you were getting from the foreign eye, where you have this ache in your eye,
Mm-hmm.
or you feel like the pressure is increasing, or, you know, any kind of thing that is a change from your norm. So
Mm-hmm.
I just want you to be more cautious and conscious
Okay. Okay.
when you're using these different drops,
Okay.
because there is you know, such a variation from what you've used so far.
Okay.
So,
And it
and
may be,
only
oh,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, and it may be, I wonder if it's the same as, you know, like when I first started using the foreign eye, it burned like, it burned the daylights out of my eyes.
Ridiculous.
And,
Yeah.
but then as I kept doing it, it got to where it didn't hurt me anymore. And I'm
Right.
wondering if the macular regeneration will be like that, if in time, and you may, you know, we may need all work with that longer than, you know, to find out for ourselves, but I'm wondering if that could be the case too.
Well, and I think it kind of is the case. I can't take my own experience and apply it across the board
Right.
because I've been using these, you know, these drops, castor oil and DMSO in my eyes for 3 years. So my eyes are very, very used to it.
Mhm.
And the retinal radiance does have castor oil in it, along with the DMSO, and it's got lecithin and, you know, some other very beneficial ingredients, saffron and so on. So, and they both have the hydrogen water. So that oxygenated water is a key component of both of these drops. So that's all of that tied together just creates a different experience in the eye.
So the biggest difference between the retinal radiance and the macular regeneration is at the level of DMSO?
So it's the two things. The macular regeneration has more, so there's more hydrogenated water, there's more saffron tea. So that's just the concentration is those two things plus the DMSO.
I'm going to have to Google saffron tea and see what's so great about that. I'm not familiar with that. Yeah.
So saffron has been studied and proven to be very beneficial for macular degeneration.
Whoa.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and that's why I chose that ingredient to put in these two drops. These two drops were specifically designed around saffron, as a delivery module for saffron. I mean, yeah, for saffron in the eye. And the big difference between the two is how deep you can expect the penetration to get. So the macular regeneration, that penetration level with the 40% DMSO should positively not only affect the macula, but the fovea also, which is that, smaller area of the macula and the retina, to actually get real clear focus and that crispiness in the eyesight.
My gosh.
And
Wow.
so that really was a key component for me of developing that drop, is how do I get the saffron in a concentration in that little teeny tiny part of the eye that's going to bring about, that crispiness in vision.
Okay. And the fact that I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, in an eye that actually has a fovea that's operating well, because that's my right eye, I notice a difference in the crispness of my eyesight within minutes of dropping that drop.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Now the fact that I'm also doing 40/60, that's not going to be too much DMSO in my
I don't
eyes?
think so, because
Okay.
you're not going to drop these drops 4 times a day. Like they're not meant to be that level of usage. They are meant to be maybe twice a day,
Okay. Okay.
And if they work really well
Yeah.
and you really start to get benefit, then I would back off the 40/60 in lieu of using, these other drops.
So in the morning, what I was thinking of is first thing when I get up, I'll wash my face, wash my eyes out real good, and then do the revitalize, the retinal radiance, and the macular regeneration, and then
Right.
stop, get my breakfast, and then, clean up, shower, and everything, and then do, I guess,
Yeah.
revitalize again, the 40/60 and the C clear.
Yes.
I haven't reintroduced the foreign eye yet. It was only because I was doing so many drops there for a while. But now that
Yeah.
I can do both eyes at the same time, thanks to your hint about, doing the eye cup, doing all that, it's like, okay, I think I can very soon start reintroducing the foreign eye again because I want to. And then I'll do that last regiment, do that twice with the 40/60
Yes.
and the C. And then in the evening, I guess, do again the revitalize, retinal radiance, and macular regeneration.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
And
know.
I would recommend that you're just going to try this out. You're going to figure out what
Okay.
was working for you, because
Okay.
these are new enough that I do not have a usage model
Yeah.
that I know I can depend on.
Okay.
I don't even know if there is a usage model that I can depend on, because I think the way these will operate in the eye is going to be so different across the board
Okay.
that it will be difficult to say, here's what you need to do. I know that twice a day is beneficial. I also feel very confident that overusing these drops will not cause harm, but it just will not, give you anything. Like it won't make it better. More is not better because the eye actually has to absorb and apply the saffron to let it do whatever repair it does. You know, you can't just, it's like putting too much starch on a shirt. You get to a
Yeah.
point where you're just not doing any good. You're not really harming the shirt, but you ain't helping it either.
So the one with the 40/60 on the C-clear, should I continue doing those 4 times a day while doing the others twice a day?
I would like you to start adding this to the regimen that you already have in place.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
just going to add it.
Okay.
And then if you start to feel like, wow, this is actually helping,
Yeah.
let's modify that original regimen to
Okay.
increase this as opposed to just increasing it.
That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds real good. Well, good. Okay. I will report back as soon as I have it going well enough and consistently enough that I've got it. I can tell you exactly. I'm excited about this. This really
No,
does sound good. Yeah.
I'm really excited about it too. And there might need to be some adjustments.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I need to make the saffron tea a little stronger. I'm really trying to not overuse saffron.
Yeah.
Just because it is so beneficial, it has so many really good qualities. I don't want to overstep and then try and back off. I want to just creep forward if that's what's necessary. But there's enough of everything in these drops that if it's beneficial, you're going to know.
Wow. This is
And then
great.
if we need to press the gas and do more, we'll do that.
I'm going to echo everything that I heard Ultimate say when I first got on the call today, and that is, you know, we just thank you. We thank you for thinking outside the box. This is the very first time in 61 years that anyone has said, hey, maybe, just maybe. It's like in the past 61 years, it's been, no, deal with it. It's never going to happen, period. No discussion, just forget it. It's like, now you're going, so let's take another look at this. Just maybe,
And that little light is all you need, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Well,
That's it. Yeah.
I've always felt like if your body can regrow a whole liver,
Yeah.
Yes.
how is it
Yes.
that my eyes can't get better? Like that makes no sense at all.
Well, and there was zebrafish. I was just reading about zebrafish.
Yeah, yeah.
Their retinas regenerate. And
Yes.
now, and they said that it's because they have such a high level, I want to say it's omega-3. I'm pretty sure that's what I read. It was the omega-3 and the zebrafish, retinas. And I'm like, okay, so maybe, like I've said, just keep increasing that. I think diet plays a lot to do with it, with everything. Also, the more acidic our diet is, the harder everything has to work to heal. So
Yes.
I talk about that, and do I do it? I still give in to my food cravings at times, and I'm like, yeah, but and I was reading about DMSO some more this past week, and it was reading that it said DMSO is an organic sulfur compound. And the medical doctor I follow, Dr. Brooke Goldner, was talking about cruciferous vegetables, the healing power of that. I looked up that, and it's like organic cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, kale, cabbage, all of that has such a powerful healing on the body. Guess what? It's also an organic sulfur compound. And I'm like, it's like
Yes.
DMSO. It's like, the same healing power. So if I'm consuming cruciferous vegetables and doing the DMSO eye drops,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
just
no,
thinking.
I,
Yeah.
I, I just feel like that all of this stuff is timely for a purpose and for a reason.
Yeah.
The reason this is discovered now, and not just by me, because there's plenty of people that are adding DMSO to various substances like, distilled water or spring water or whatever, saline solutions to better the eye health and the eyesight. But I really feel like the reason that it's happening is because we need it now. Like we need this. I feel like humans discovered fire when you needed it.
Yeah.
Like we figured out, ooh, that lightning, that energy burns stuff up. And look at the light and look at the warmth and look at that. Now we got to figure out how we can make that happen without the storm.
Right. Right.
And I feel like this is the same thing. The lack of um our ability to use our eyes the way they're supposed to be used is the storm. How do we get past this storm or out of this storm and calm everything down and get it back to the way it's supposed to be? There's a way to make that happen because there's so many ways to make it happen in so many different areas of the body. The one thing that proves is the body can heal itself. It just needs the right environment.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. I agree.
So I
Do you
want to
think,
read about the zebrafish just real quick.
okay,
Oh,
So
yeah.
here's the thing that's interesting because it talks about retinal injury. So when you have a retinal injury, when a zebrafish's retina is damaged by light injury, toxins, trauma, or degeneration, special support cells in the retina detect the injury. Okay, and it's Mueller glia activate. The key is a retinal support cell called the Mueller glia. In humans, Mueller glia, mostly from scar tissue after retinal surgery. In zebrafish, these same cells can de-differentiate back into stem-like cells, divide rapidly, create new retinal neurons, including photoreceptors, rods and cones, bipolar cells, and ganglion cells. Now, ganglion cells are generated with sunlight. So sunlight releases those ganglion cells in the eye system, right? I don't know a whole lot about bipolar cells, but photoreceptors, the rods and the cones, those cells regenerate when they're fed properly. And DMSO is what gets the food into those cells. It penetrates deep enough to get the food into those cells. And that's what the castor oil is. The castor oil, in a big part, is the food. And the DMSO is anti-inflammatory and so on and so on. So stem cell-like repair begins. The Mueller glia produce progenitor cells that migrate into damaged retinal layers and replace injured tissue. Scientists often describe this as the retina regrowing itself. Vision function returns. In many zebrafish experiments, the regenerated retina reconnects properly and visual behavior improves. And it says that is the remarkable part. The repair is not just structural, it can become functional. And here's why humans cannot do this well. Humans have Mueller glia too, but after injury, they usually become inflammatory, form gliosis, which is scarring, and lose regenerative signaling. So if the saffron deals with the regenerative signaling, the DMSO and the castor oil deals with the scarring, and DMSO and castor oil deal with the inflammation. So if all of those things are true, doesn't that lead you to believe that the macula can regenerate?
of course.
Possibly, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
even after all the decades of my, problem with Stargardt's disease, it seems to me like as long as I can get blood flow, improve the blood vessels in my retinas, because my ophthalmologist says the blood vessels are they're just blocked. They're just blocked. And if I can improve the blood vessels, the blood flow to the retina in time with everything, with a diet change, and then with all the DMSO and everything,
right.
I don't know. it's an experiment, and I'm
It,
excited about it. Yeah.
it is an experiment. And the other thing is, if the hydrogen water, if that, that oxygenated water, along with the DMSO, can provide the oxygen the eye needs aside from the blood flow, then the blood vessels can still maintain their inability to carry enough oxygen if you can supply the oxygen in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Through the eye drop.
Yes.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you
gonna
for
work.
what you're doing. Thank
Yes,
you for what you're
yes.
doing. Yeah.
Very much.
I'm just a girl with a scale and some ideas.
That's what it takes.
Yeah, let me just throw some ideas up and let's see what's going on. Because I can't get over the fact that the medical community has become so complacent with the idea that our eyesight can get better.
Mhm.
Oh, they just,
Well, something else I found out, I told you that 27 years after I went blind from Stargardt's, then I developed type 1 diabetes. I just got my insurance is making me switch to the generic form of the fast acting insulin I have to take. And I have to take that shot 4 to 6 times a day. And I have been for like 34 years now.
Yeah.
And I just found out, I read the ingredients list on that new insulin they're making me take. It contains boric acid. That's a pesticide. And the pharmaceutical industry, I Googled it, and they're like, oh, it's perfectly safe because it's done in small amounts. I'm like, do you know how many times those of us with type 1 inject insulin every day and for our lifetime? And you
Right,
take a
exactly.
child who starts using insulin at age 6, 7 years old, and they're going to be doing this now for decades, and they're going to be injecting
Exactly.
pesticide in their body. It's like, and you're saying this is safe?
Right, because what is your
Yeah.
version of safe?
Exactly. Exactly. It's no wonder we have so much cancer exploding in this country.
Well, it's so much further above that because
yeah.
now the EPA is being dismantled. So now they're saying that they're going to allow companies to allow more PFAS in water. So your water bottles that you drink out of, there's going to be more PFAS. There's going to be, so those forever chemicals are going to get increased back into, the levels they were in the early 2000s.
Mm.
And why is that? So that the manufacturers don't have to pay as much to filter them out. So that, I mean, that's all there is to it, is
Yeah.
the businesses are paying to not have to do what's best for the human body.
Yeah.
And all we can do, and the thing that is most important for us to do, is vote with our dollars and be like, I'm not buying your crap. If you're,
Yep.
if you're going to create crap that's going to potentially kill me in 10 years, I'm sorry, but I want 12 years. So I'm not buying your crap. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Humanity
If I
has to
can,
prevail, I tell you.
yeah, no, we just have to, as a society, say that ain't gonna
Yeah.
work for us.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna work for us. And I don't care how much you put it on sale,
Don't want it.
don't want it. No, because it's
Yeah.
poison.
Yeah.
It's poison. And you can make poison taste wonderful,
Oh yeah.
but it is what it is. You can't make it better. And when you talk about you were talking earlier about taking out the trash, the things that we're putting in our bodies are creating an overload of garbage to be taken out.
Yeah.
And our bodies are reacting like we're living like hoarders.
Yeah.
There's just too much trash and I can't remove it as fast as you're putting it in.
Right.
True.
And we're not even knowledgeably putting it in. It's in everything.
And on top of that, there are all these addictive additives that they're putting in.
Yes. Yeah, because they know once we get your brain, once we capture your brain, we got you.
Mm-hmm. Leslie, listen to this. I was thinking as Nancy was talking, and her experience with the foreign eye. She kept talking about it was stinging, it was getting better and getting better. So I'm thinking the same thing. But mine was not getting better and it was constantly getting worse each time I did it.
Mm.
Um, so I was expecting my doctor to say that there was something there that caused that, or maybe I just didn't give it enough time to, what do you say? I didn't give my eye enough time to absorb or do it right.
Well, you have inflammation happening in the eye. And as I was saying earlier, that inflammation is being fed somewhere. Somewhere's feeding that added fluid in the eye. The foreign eye is multifunctional in repair. And I think part of your experience of it is it doesn't feel good, not just the sting, but the after effect.
Right.
The worry was the after effect, that ache that you feel,
Uh-huh.
um, is something that's negative. And it could be something that's positive. It could be just the eye squeezing inflammation out or closing something off. There's no way, I don't know. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
guarantee it either way. But that feeling could very well be more reparative than it is concerning.
All right, I'm gonna get off that. I just happened to think about her experience.
No, and
I was
and
expecting him to find something else because I was expecting something really negative, but
But you were also dealing with dry eye, if I remember right. And could that have a lot to do with it, that your eyes weren't hydrated enough?
and
I
that's
don't
what
know.
I'm thinking. Maybe they weren't, but who knows? Anyway, get off that.
well, even if your eyes weren't at the time, then the thing that it says to me is add more hydration to your eyes, and that is the revitalize. But that means, going back to the 6 times in an hour and maybe doing that 2 or 3 times a day for multiple days to get to the point where the moisturization in the eye is at that highest level.
And see, I did not do that. I didn't think it was that because I wasn't experiencing anything else with the other drops.
Right,
So I didn't think of
right.
that. Maybe I should have tried that.
Well, and you still can try it. Just add more moisture, add more revitalize in your day and see what happens after 3 or 4 days of really super hydrating your eyes. Just see how your eye feels, what goes on with the weeping, whether or
Okay.
not you get any additional clarity, so on and so on.
Okay, so tomorrow with my day off, I still can do the revitalize.
Sure.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, your day off really is just about the castor oil and DMSO drops. It's not
Okay.
about revitalize at all.
Okay.
So, and I wanted to finish reading this because I just glanced at it and there's more information here that I want to put forward. Hang on, because I just want to unmute some more people.
Is this with the zebra?
Yeah, yeah. So, okay. So it talks about the major pathways involved in the zebrafish regeneration include ASC1, WNT, I don't know, weird looking B, catenin, notch signaling, STAT3, and FGF signaling. I don't know what all of that is. Researchers are trying to turn on similar pathways in humans. What researchers are trying to do, so the current retinal regeneration research is exploring gene therapy, which I think is Stem cells, which I think is good luck. That's not even, unless it's your own stem cells, external stem cells. I don't think that's valuable at all. The Mueller glia reprogramming, retinal progenitor activation, growth factors, inflammation control, and oxygen metabolic support. Now, so I don't mean to be mean, but all of this is exactly what I'd not read this before. But all of that is exactly what I'm targeting with these 2 drops.
Right.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And I don't know why you need to reprogram something that's programmed to do the thing it should do. Like, just turn it back on. You don't need to reprogram it. And the goal is to help diseases such as age-related macular degeneration, retinitis pigmentosa, glaucoma, diabetic retinopathy, and retinal injury. So an important reality check is, although zebrafish regeneration is exciting, humans currently cannot regenerate an entire retina naturally the way zebrafish do. So, but okay, I get it. You can't regenerate a liver without a piece of a liver either.
Right.
But, if you get liver cancer and they cut away 3/4 of your liver and leave 1/4 of it, the 3/4 will grow back.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm a little bit aghast because I'm just like, wow, they're talking everything that
You're trying to do. Yeah.
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 Well, and my ophthalmologist had sent me to a gene therapy specialist in 2024. And after he looked at all the photos they had taken of my retina, first thing he walked in the office, I'd never met this doctor before. He walks in and first thing he says is, gene therapy is never going to help you. Your retinas are too severely damaged and have been for too long. And I'm like, oh, hi, nice to meet you too. And I was like, I was like, but that's what they do. They just like to look at everything as being impossible. And
because they know it all.
And it's
Yeah.
because they're comparing it to what they actually know.
Yeah,
They're
they
not
don't know.
comparing it to what they don't know. They're comparing it to
Yeah.
what they actually know. And they've been taught
Yeah.
to be, very, very discerning around this can be helped and this cannot.
Mhm.
And it's I don't understand where it comes from, because in so many different arenas of humanity, we found ways to help people above and beyond what was believed to be available, years prior. In the 80s, we didn't believe that there was a way to have a long life and be HIV positive. But we now know people are living their full lives HIV positive because of the research and the work that people who believed it was possible did.
Right.
Right? So
Yes.
if you believe it's impossible, you can do nothing.
Right.
Right.
Very true.
Because
Very true.
everything in you is going against what you're doing. So it's not
100%.
Yeah.
100%. It is what it is. Like I forget can't think of his name. The singer that sang that song, I Believe I Can Fly. I know
Yeah.
he's not a great
Oh,
human being.
yes.
R. Kelly, is that who it is?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's who it is. Yeah. But the thing that I'm saying is he sang the song like you could believe you can fly.
Yeah.
Like you didn't sing the song like, yeah, I believe I can fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really can sounding like
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, I think a lot comes from just having the inclination, the desire
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
this has to be possible by some means necessary.
Yeah.
Like there just has to be a way to figure this out. So I'm excited. I'm
Yeah.
more excited now
Yeah, I
after
am too.
reading this that these drops are finally getting out to you guys because I just feel like they're on target for all the stuff that should be targeted. And I promise you, if God made a fish that can regenerate,
Yes,
humans have to have that somewhere. Like there has
exactly.
somewhere.
Yeah. I think
Um,
we're as important as fish are. So,
I
yeah.
Thanks,
yes,
God. Notice that this is
exactly.
it's on the way. I hope it don't come here before if it's coming. I hope it don't come here before that date or leave early. Okay. You know. Oh, no, you guys need to check that again. Mm-hmm. Oh,
Hey, hey, hey. JM, how are you doing?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent. How can I help
This
you?
is our first. Oh, this is our first time on. It's actually from my mom. She's here, and wanted to just get some information. I know she's been following you, for a little while. She's diabetic, and she has blood in her eye. I can't explain all of it, but she has some blood in the back. She's had the cataract removed, but on the right eye, but there's still a blur vision.
Yes,
And I guess this has to do with her balance as well. We're just trying to, they wanted to do some surgery, but she wasn't comfortable with that yet. And
yes,
she just wanted to kind of, see if there's anything that can dissolve the blood that's in her eye,
yes,
and to give her a better vision. So I don't know what information, you need in order to figure out, like, what she can use, to help her.
So has your mom been diagnosed with diabetic retinopathy?
I don't think so. Diabetic. What said again? Retinopathy.
Yeah, diabetic retinopathy.
Rep. I don't think. No, they never said. They never said that. I've been to the eye doctors with her, but I've never heard that word.
Okay, so have they diagnosed her with wet macular degeneration?
Never mentioned that word to her.
So what surgery do they want to perform and what's the purpose of the
I
surgery?
guess in order to, well, let's see. Let me think back because she's been so many times. So I guess it's just I got to go back and look at all her paperwork. I guess when she went the first, I guess for them to see why the blood is there. I guess they wanted to do the surgery to be able to see that.
That's what they said when they did the camera on his right eye.
Right.
That the my diabetic by being diabetic, in order for them to see what to see the blood back there in the back of my eye, they would have to do the cataract. So I let them do the cataract.
Right. They removed the cataract, but
Right.
then they saying they still can't see why the blood is, and I know they know it's from being diabetic, but I guess to get a clear understanding of why, I don't know. I want them to say why is it there or what to do. What will be the next step to clear it up? I guess that will be the next step to clear it up. So I guess
Okay.
they trying to, figure
No,
out what to do
and did
next.
they tell you what surgery they want to do? Do they want to do like a YAG laser?
It's not the YAG laser because I asked them about YAG. Because when I called the other doctor, and she was saying that was something they can do, but I don't remember the doctor saying that, but I mentioned it to him from the other doctor. I was mentioning that, one of the ladies was saying that, because she's had laser done before. Um, but
Before the cataract.
I know, but I can't remember if they said that was the surgery. I may need to get more information, I guess, to kind of be able to speak on it. I just know what
Okay.
symptoms that she has right now and where is it coming from. I just, just a basic of
The eye is not clearing up. After I had had
the
the
cataract removed.
cataract removed, they were saying that it would clear up, but that's not true.
Yeah, it hasn't cleared up from the cataracts.
No, yeah,
So
and that does happen where they tell you something's going to happen instead of telling you the truth that it could clear up,
exactly.
it could not clear up.
Right,
We just got to try it and see what happens.
right.
So, but if the cataract surgery, if part of having the cataract surgery was so they could see the back of the eye more significantly and understand
Right, that's what
exactly
they
where the
said.
bleeding is coming from,
Mhm.
then that obviously was not a good approach because they
Right.
still can't tell where the
Still
bleeding
can't
is
tell
coming
what,
from.
right.
But I'm going to tell you this. The bleeding is only coming from blood vessels in the eye. There is not coming from anywhere else unless you've had trauma to the eye. And if you haven't had any trauma, then the reality is you've
Mhm.
got a blood vessel that's leaking into the vitreous fluid in the eye because that's what they're seeing is the blood. And they can't
Right,
see behind the vitreous fluid because it's cloudy and bloody and they can't see
right,
in the back of the eye.
right.
So there are, I would recommend because she is diabetic, I would
Mhm.
recommend the 4 and I, the 40/60, and C Clear with DMSO, those three drops. We've got to get the eye healthy again. So
Right.
there, the castor oil and DMSO is restorative and reparative, and that's going to not only clean up the blood and inflammation, the scar tissue from the cataract surgery, give you some more clarity in your sight, but is also going to shut down or repair whatever blood vessel is actually leaking blood into the eye system.
Okay.
That's probably going to take a couple of months to
Mhm.
really see that come to fruition.
Okay.
And using those drops 4 to 6 times a day. I would recommend start with 6 times a day for a couple of weeks, then drop to 4 times a day for another 30 days, and then let's see what happens after that. But once you get to that 6 week mark,
Mhm.
I would recommend you go back to the doctor, have them look in the eye again,
Mhm.
and see what they can see. Because I
Okay.
would imagine after 6 weeks, they will be able to see the back of your eye quite clearly
Mhm.
and make any kind of determinations for what needs to be next.
Okay.
I would do this in both eyes. And if you have cataract in the opposite eye, these drops will also start to dissolve away that cataract. So
Mhm.
if you get enough dissolving of the cataract, I would not have cataract surgery on the other eye.
Right. Okay, absolutely. Okay, so I guess my next thing is like how to get what we need to for her to start it. I mean, do you have to know like the pressure in her eyes or anything like that, or would that information be pertinent? I mean,
So I don't,
uh,
the pressure is always pertinent, but if you went to the doctor recently and they didn't tell you that your pressure was high,
uh-huh.
then there's nothing that I would worry about initially.
Okay,
So unless you're on drops for pressure relief,
okay,
so
no,
if you're on like timolol or dezolamide or latanoprost, or, any of those drops,
right,
I wouldn't worry about it because if you weren't and your pressure was high, they would have absolutely written you those scripts immediately.
right. Yes, yes, ma'am. Okay, so I guess we're just trying to see next step for her, and what to do. I guess how to get the drops and things that she needs. Like I said, because this is my first time online, just trying to help her
Okay.
and figure out.
Yeah, she can go to my website and go to my
Uh-huh.
website, wearcatbody.com.
Hmm.
And all of the products that I mentioned are available there, the 4 and I, 40/60, and C Clear with DMSO.
Okay, so let me write it down. Hold on 1 second. Okay, give me to me again. The 40, 60.
Yeah, and C Clear with DMSO. And Coco, are you on? Because let me see if I can put it in the chat for you too. Hey, look at that.
Okay, so me.
And when you're on the website, there are two products called 4 and I. One is 4 and I, and the other one is 4 and I 2. You want the 4 and I, not the 4 and I 2.
Okay, now I'm looking for. Okay, and then the 40, 60.
and see clear with DMSO.
Be clear. Okay. Okay. So that's
And
three
I
items
just,
that we're looking at, right?
I'm sorry,
That's three items that we're looking at that I
that's
need to be,
correct.
okay.
That's correct. Yeah.
It
And
looks
you'll
like
be,
it's in the, it looks like it's in the chat now, Leslie.
yeah, I put it in the chat so that you would know the exact spelling of all the,
Okay. For some reason, I can't see a, wait, hold on, let me see, how do I get to the chat?
so at the bottom
Okay.
of your screen, there's a little icon that's chat.
Okay.
Looks like a thought bubble.
I'm not in the wrong thing. It's so funny, I can't work this and I'm a teacher. I have no idea how to work this stuff. When I say I'm just,
Don't stress. I developed software for 32 years and I can't figure it out most days.
wait a minute, so I can't bring it. I can do it from my laptop, but from on my phone.
Yeah, it's harder on your phone.
Yeah, it's definitely hard on your phone. Okay. I'm tapping on two. Because I'm trying to tap onto the little picture, which is a
Coco, I can't hear you. It shows you as muted.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. I had to reset my Bluetooth.
No problem. AT&T made those words iconic.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Right. No, that was Verizon or Sprint.
Verizon? Okay. It shows you how much I pay attention.
No worries. But I sent it in the chat for everyone, and I also sent it to her in a private message.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. Well, it looks like they dropped off, so I'm sure they got it. I'm gonna be reading all about these zebrafish tonight. This has totally captured my brain.
I left. Are you looking for something else, Leslie?
Huh?
I said I left the room. Are you all looking for something else? Reading?
No. I'm looking at the stuff still on the zebrafish. And it, going on, it says scientists increasingly believe the retina may fail partly because of chronic inflammation, DMSO, oxidative stress, castor oil, mitochondrial dysfunction, DMSO, impaired blood flow, DMSO, reduced oxygen delivery, oxygen water, metabolic failure, DMSO and castor oil. Like boom, 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 boom. I love it.
I
I
wanted to
love it.
tell a funny story about the zebrafish.
Go ahead.
When I found out about zebrafish, I was all excited, and the more I read, the more excited I was. You know, this can really help. This has been about 4 or 5 years ago. So I go to the pet store, and I'm like, I can't get any zebrafish and try to get anything from them. What am I going to do? So I ended up going to the fish market and asking them to save me some eyeballs from several fish. And the guy said, "What are you gonna do?" I said, "You gonna make some stew?" I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna make some stew." I was
Some
gonna
fishnet
boil
stew.
them, and I brought them home, and I couldn't do any more than that. That was it. My husband say, "What is wrong with you?" I said, "I'm
Well,
willing to try anything." Okay.
Oh,
here's the
you was
deal
willing
though.
to try anything for real.
Yeah, because that's a lot. That's a lot. But here's the deal. The thing you always have to consider is all these things that are beneficial, if they have to go through the digestive system, your digestive enzymes actually change
I
the
know.
structure of the thing you're ingesting.
Right.
So once you digest it, it's not the same thing,
Right.
you know? And that's part of the reason that all the ingredients that are in the eye drops are in the eye drops, because I recognize taking them as supplements, you would have to take so much of it for it to be beneficial in the eye system
To pass
going
through, huh?
through the right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It's like that doesn't and it affects everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, if you were to take, you take these drops and you're doing a drop, 10 times a day or 6 times a day or 4 times a day, if you were to ingest that castor oil and DMSO, it affects um your digestive system. It affects your intestines.
Mm-hmm.
It affects so many different areas. Your liver, like all of those things get a taste, get a portion.
And it may never get to your eye.
100,000%.
So you're not going to be inventing fish eyeball stew as your next invention?
No, I just
I was
drop it in your
reaching.
eye.
I was
No.
reaching.
Well, so what about like IV infusion of DMSO?
So
They
you
do
can
that.
do, yeah, they do.
I can't find
IV.
anyone in Austin that does that, so I don't know.
It's hard to find people that do IV infusions.
Yeah.
I would actually look predominantly for chiropractors.
And I don't know that you also have to be careful who you trust with something like that, because
Oh,
big
let me
time.
tell you.
Yeah.
No, yeah, no, yeah, there's plenty of people that are, just scary. Like, yeah, no, stick out your arm. Let me just jab you and we'll see what happens.
No, no, no. Mm-mm.
Nope,
No.
I've
Yeah.
been doing this for 15 years and they can't walk straight. Like,
Yeah.
no, that's
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
okay. That's okay. I'm gonna stay on this side of that.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of chiropractors that are in alternative type medications. Excuse me. And DMSO is one of those things that fall in line. Um, I don't know that I would IV infuse DMSO for my eyes.
Yeah.
I don't think that it would work really, really well that way.
Right.
I have no idea because I have no
Yeah.
proof that it wouldn't or it would. Um, but anything that has to go through the entire bloodstream to get to the area that you need it to work on.
Mhm.
And DMSO is it's almost like stem cells in that when it finds inflammation, it goes there. Like
Yeah.
this is where I need to be.
Yeah.
So, and we don't know what's inflamed in our bodies,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
So you stick a needle in your arm and you're infusing DMSO. The things that I've read and found where IV infusions of DMSO were very, very beneficial were in people whose injuries that you were trying to solve were inflammatory based.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people that had back surgery or they were damaged in a car accident or they've got significant knee
Right.
issues, the DMSO just travels there because that's where the inflammation is.
Yeah. Yeah. That Dr. Stanley Jacobs, too bad he's no longer alive, but up there in Portland, Oregon, he was doing that, and uh, getting great results, but not with the eyes, never mentioned anything about eyes. It was always
Right.
a lot of inflammatory diseases. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. People that had traumatic brain injury and significant, back, shoulder, knee, joint issues in the body where they just have great results with those IV infusions. And then they only did the IV infusion for so long. And then it became a topical use of DMSO after that. Like once they got the inflammation under control, it became topical use.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just know, I think the DMSO and castor oil are targeting all the right areas in the eye system.
Yeah.
And because DMSO penetrates so deep, if I can just figure out the other components that need to be there for the eye to do what it does.
Yeah.
Like it'll just regenerate itself. And I know I'm proof positive for that.
Yeah.
Because I can see where I could not see before.
Right.
So, you know, and there's plenty of people that are using these drops, even like Dana Cumberland, who went from I got to wear contacts and glasses to I don't need them at all. You know,
It's amazing.
she now wears glasses as accessories, as we call them, because she stopped wearing eyelashes so she could do the drops. She now wears, you know, eyeglasses as accessories. They don't have a prescription in them. They're just to make her look cooler.
How is
Okay.
she doing, Leslie?
Fabulous.
I haven't heard her on any of the calls lately.
Oh, matter of fact,
Yeah,
I got a
no,
missed call from her yesterday, and I meant to call her back.
Yeah, she
But
called you because she accidentally dropped 75/25 plus in her eye.
oh gosh, oh
And
no.
she was like, what, you know, she called me and I couldn't take the call, but then I called her back and she said, is it bad that I dropped 75/25 plus in my eye? I said, it ain't good. Like that's
How
all
you
the best I
feeling?
ate for. And I said, what did you do afterwards? Because it was like an hour later. And she said, I flushed it out with Revitalize. And I said, brilliant. Brilliant. That was the right answer. And I told her, keep flushing it with the Revitalize. And I asked her how long it stung. She said it stung for about 45 minutes and then it stopped stinging. Her eyesight was still the same. She didn't have any problems with her eyesight. Her eye didn't look red or inflamed or anything like that. And I said, I don't think you have anything to worry about because I've dropped straight peppermint oil in my eyes before and alcohol and DMSO and, you know, like every individual ingredient that's in these eye drops I've dropped in my eye individually at, you know, as I create these products.
She did 75% DMSO.
No, it's 60% DMSO.
Oh,
It's 60% DMSO.
yeah. Gosh.
And wait, 75%, yeah, 60% DMSO, 5% castor oil, and the essential oils make up the balance. So, and the essential oils are myrrh, peppermint, and eucalyptus.
And they
None
sound
of
like they
which,
hurt.
say that again?
They sound like they hurt.
Well, none of which you would want to drop in your eye. Like they're
Right.
not studied for eye health in any way, shape, or form. So, and she said it really, really stung. I said, I know it did. I know it did. But because, and I told her, I said, I think part of the reason you didn't have any kind of adverse effect is because your eyes are so healthy. You know, you've got plenty of moisture in the eye system. So when it started watering, it, you know, pushed a lot of it out. But, you know, next time, read the bottle, please. She's like, I just wasn't paying attention. I just grabbed a bottle and it looked like it was 30/70. I'm like, no, it did. And it smells like, can you smell it? You're running it down your face.
Oh, now your retinal radiance and the macula one, is that going out this week?
Yeah, it's already been sent. Like it's already been sent. I think I have 3 more boxes to send.
You know what? And my post office, is it coming USPS post office?
So it depends on your address.
Okay.
For the most part, it's coming UPS.
Oh, UPS,
Yeah.
not UNS. Okay, because the postal service, I get an email from them every week, every day saying what I'm expecting, and it said for packages, there's one they're waiting from sender, and I'm thinking it's well, there is one other package that I'm waiting on, but anyway, whatever. It's okay.
Okay.
I'll find out.
No, yeah, they're I'm throwing them out in the marketplace
Yeah,
every day because I'm so excited about it.
my
And now
post.
after
Yeah, my
reading about
mailbox is two. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no,
My
I'm just saying
mailbox is
that,
2 blocks from my house, and I don't want it sitting in 90-degree heat over there. Well, you know,
yeah,
so I'm like, okay, that's okay.
yeah. So and I'm tracking them, paying attention to them because I
Yeah.
want everybody to get on a call once they get them.
Yeah.
And let's talk about, how you're going to use them because
Mhm.
everybody's going to use them a little bit differently. So I just want to hear what your thought processes are and, say, yeah, that's good or let's rethink that a little bit.
Yeah.
We do have Washika up on the panel. I didn't know if she wanted to speak. So Washika, if you're ready to talk or have a question, go ahead and unmute your mic, please.
Yashika,
Hello.
hey, how you doing, darling?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just waiting on my stuff to come. I'm anticipating using it. I ordered it. It's about 12 days now, and
Okay.
I haven't received it yet. But I did get the email stating that it had been shipped. Um, so that's all I wanted to say. I'm just anticipating, waiting to use it, waiting to be able to see again, waiting to be able to give my testimony, waiting to get excited, waiting to share, waiting for other people to buy it, waiting for other people to come on the live, waiting for other people to ask questions and get to know who you are and your product. So I am excited.
Well, and oh my gosh, this screen keeps messing with me. Come on. Because I'm trying to look up your order here. And you're in Atlanta, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So the order that you placed that has the C clear with DMSO, the 492, 4060, and revitalize, the extra revitalize. That's going to ship tomorrow because we had to make the C clear with DMSO. We made it today and we're bottling it and shipping it tomorrow. However, on this order, you selected 492 instead of 4NI. And typically nobody gets 492 and 4060. So I'm assuming you meant the 4NI, not the 492.
Okay, so I ordered wrong.
Well, no, you didn't order wrong. You just, you made a little teeny tiny mistake. But I'm going to change it so that you
Okay.
don't get 492. And I'm going to do that right now. Take that off. Okay, now I need to add the 4NI.
So is the Revitalize the one that we use the most?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, that's why you got an extra bottle of Revitalize.
Yes, that's why I did, because I did hear you. I heard you say it. Um, and then I asked last week before last, Um, how long did it last? And you said about 3 months. So I'm trying to figure out how I would go about ordering my second round. So I guess once I'm in my 2 months, then go ahead and place the next order.
Exactly.
So I would have it on time. So I would order. Now, what did I get mixed up? So you said I did a number 2 of something.
Yeah, the 492. You ordered the 492, not the 49.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. And you told me that you would send me something on how to use it. You'll do that once it's here, or how will
Yeah.
I go
So
about?
tomorrow when the shipping label is hang on. Okay, now I'm done. So when the shipping label is created, you're going to get an email that tells you how to use all of the products together.
Okay.
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 Yeah, and the email on the top says how to use. And then, it'll have 4 and 4060, see clear with DMSL and revitalize. But it'll tell you exactly what to do. Day one, like 1 through 3 is just using the revitalize to hydrate and moisturize the eyes. And then starting on day 4 is when you're going to add all of the other drops, the 4 and the 4060, and the see clear with DMSL.
Okay. I've been telling people my life is about to change.
Well, if I can change your life, that's a bonus and a half to say the least, but I definitely want to change your eyesight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying through my eyesight, of course.
Yes.
If I could drive again, I would just, oh my God, that's my world has changed.
Yeah, no, it is a big deal, and it's been a big deal for me. Um, being able to drive and but then it adds to it because I just um got my insurance bill, my car insurance bill, and I'm like, why is it so expensive? And I'm like, remember when you couldn't drive, girl? Shut up.
Why did I tell my best friend yesterday? I said people are complaining about a car note, car insurance is and gas. And I said, if I could just drive right now. She said, Washika, she said, now that's something to think about. We over here complaining and you want this. So I think something that people think is a burden to one person is a blessing to another. So it's just
No,
the way you look
100%.
at things in the world.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
You're whining about literally nothing that's really real. You know,
Yeah.
where we whine about things we can't change and then don't even consider the things we can change. Things we
Yeah,
can change,
yeah,
like that's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. It's going to take a lot of time. And the stuff we can't change, well, I don't understand why I can't move that mountain. I need to move that mountain. Well, you can't move a mountain. That's all there is to it. You have to go around it.
yeah. And I guess this is making me be more appreciative to a lot of things as far as even the activity of my limbs and stuff like that. Like you take so much for granted sometimes, and you don't think about your toes being important, your joints and stuff like that. Like my eyes, I would have never thought a million things I would have never thought my eyes would be this way. So it's like teaching me how to be thankful for the little things, the things that we
Exactly.
consider little. So I'm just grateful for a lot more now through this experience.
Yeah, no, and it does teach you to pay attention, because I can tell you, and Cynthia, you and I were having this conversation last night just about appreciating what color looks like when it
Oh
gets
Lord, yes. Don't I know? Oh my God. Ooh, that's a big one.
it is a big
Oh
one. Like
yeah.
you don't, and as your eyes get worse and color starts to diminish, you're so
Shut your
consumed.
mouth and keep on talking that color thing. I never understood color blindness. I was like, what in the world? What in the
Yes.
world?
Yeah. And when it
Oh
starts
my
to come
God.
back and you can really identify what color is supposed to look like, that wonder and awe shows up like when you're
What the
2 years
oh I
old.
cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
It is fabulous. It is
I
fabulous.
know. I know. I know. I know. I'm gonna be like a kid, a little kid skipping. I haven't skipped in so long. I am going to be skipping around the neighborhood. You hear
No,
me?
100%. Because my granddaughter, like it's she's 2.5 years old, and she's learned her colors, and we'll be driving around and she goes, Mimi, that's purple. Mimi, that's pink. Mimi, that's red. That's a red car. Mimi, the bus is blue. Like she points out in every color she can identify with, and she's now learning nuance. So it's like that's violet. And I'm like, look at you. That's
Well,
tank.
okay now.
Yeah, yeah. She's, all the nuance in the colors she's learning and pointing it out when she sees it. And just watching her face with the realization that she's seeing this color and she knows what it is.
And I think it's the contrast for me. In a day and a half, I have broken three glasses, three
Mhm.
clear glasses, and I'm just like, what the world? So just to be able to see that glass when I sit it on my white counter without breaking it, or sitting it somewhere without breaking it, like that's a bonus for me.
Yeah, no, it's interesting the things that we just don't identify that we see because our brain starts to just discount, when we're used to seeing so much, our brain just starts to avoid all of the details. And then when
Mm,
your eyesight starts going bad, you don't remember what you don't see because you haven't focused on it in so long. It's not
mm.
until you cannot see it
Yeah,
that it
yeah.
becomes a focal point and you're annoyed, like, I can't see that. Why can't I see that?
Yes. Or
Yeah,
trying to explain to the people that you love, like, I don't see it. And for them to, I mean, like sometimes my kids, they thought I was just playing. I'm like, why would I want to play about not being able to see? Like I really cannot see where this is.
right.
And then I had some agency to come out to help me. I wouldn't take that cane. I could not, of all things, I could not take the cane. I just couldn't. I could not associate myself with the label is low vision, but I could not associate with that label or going blind. Like I couldn't do the cane because I felt like if I did the cane, it wasn't a faith walk. And I prayed, and then God sent me to TikTok and I saw you. So even now, with the doctor saying 4 months later I was going to be blind, because I wasn't afraid not to do the surgery because I had my faith in God as well. And then to know that God gave you this product and to hear the testimonies that people are telling, and I mean, I probably get that one message from YouTube. I don't know the young lady. I think the young lady is on here, and she says something to you, and you were like, she was talking about the revival, and she was like excited, and you were saying something like, I get that thing every day.
Oh, the
Like almost
floaters.
every day, I'm hearing her say that.
You talking about the floaters?
Yes, and I'm just like, that's going to be me talking about my eyes. Like, I mean, that is going to be me. I get that
Yes,
thing every day, but that is confirmation, you know? Talking
yes.
about those floaters and y'all are excited. Y'all two are excited. I'm just like, oh my God, that is so me.
But I'm
It keeps
waiting on
coming
something.
up every day, every day.
I'm waiting on something else now, though.
Okay, look, uh-huh.
Yeah.
So it's just I'm excited just to see how what the product is going to do for me.
Well, it's going to do something. And I want you to know, and other people that are listening, that the implements that are available for limited sight, you know, the larger text on your phone, the phone being able to read things to you, the cane, a walker, whatever the case may be, those implements are not you deciding or you telling God or the universe or whatever energy you believe in that you don't have faith that your eyesight can be restored. That's there to help you stabilize so that you can get to the next step. It's what's coming is coming. It's coming for you, whether you are using a cane, a limited sight cane, or no cane, or because I walked around for months with the normal size font on my phone, even though I couldn't read it, just because I didn't want other people to think I can't see. When I finally got to the point where I'm like, I can't do anything with my phone, I can no longer remember all the screens and, just the colors that I can see. I blew that bad boy up and to the max size. I was like,
So it was that bad for you, Leslie?
yes. Yes, my phone, all the fonts were maximum size. I had my phone because I mean you could see what it looks like right now. But I had it set where there was like 5 icons on the screen, on each screen, because I literally could
Wow.
not see them anymore.
And I guess what I'm saying, I'm not saying that, I'm saying for me, I didn't want that.
No,
For
and
me, for other,
I
yeah.
understand, and I'm only saying that because I know there's people that are going to hear this that
Yeah, yeah,
are
I do
not you,
understand that.
and those people
Yes.
that have the same mindset, you got to do what works for you. But I don't
Yes,
want people to
yes.
feel like taking that step is agreeing to living a life with limited sight.
And I guess I
Taking
felt embarrassed or shamed
Yes.
or yeah, so that was the thing. I felt embarrassed, I felt shameful. I
So did
at
I.
times at times I even felt let down, because
Yes. I
you yeah.
Yeah, no, for months I would make my daughter come over and pick me up to take me somewhere. I wouldn't take an Uber.
Oh yeah, because it
Be-
got so bad to when the Uber did pull up, I don't know who car I'm going to. So
No,
I'm just
100%. I had to get used to just screaming out, "Are you waiting for Leslie?" Like, because I couldn't tell the difference between a Chevy and a BMW. I don't know.
Lord, and it's so amazing. Like you think you're the only one sometimes until you hear stories like this. You know, I mean, I missed my step so many times. So where I was falling, I was like, oh my God. And so the
Yeah,
young lady came over and showed me how to maneuver in life. Like, it's just like, I was like, what the world is going on? Like,
yes.
really, like, is this it, Lord? There has to be something better. Like, oh my God.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
I'm telling you, Ashika, I'm telling you, you you feel so alone
Yeah.
because
Yes.
you feel like nobody else understands. Because we live in a world that's built for sighted people. And when your sight starts to change, your world gets smaller. The world is still the same size, but your world has shrunk
Yes.
because simple things are your enemy. Mud, curbs, steps,
It's
signs.
bugs. I'm like the ants. Oh my God.
The number of things that are no longer your friend or accessible to you in any way, shape, or form, it's insane. Grocery shopping is your enemy.
What you talking about?
Like, I couldn't read the label to save my life.
Yeah.
It,
Oh my
it was,
God.
you should see me in the grocery store taking pictures of labels, blowing them up. So
Yeah.
see what it is.
Yeah.
Not what's in the can, what's on the can.
On the,
What's the name of that
yeah,
is?
yeah,
Is this
yeah.
stewed tomatoes or is it crushed tomatoes? I can't even see the word that says crushed. And then I'd start paying attention to, well, how many letters is it? How long is it? Is it long enough to be stewed or is it too long to be stewed? Like, you know what I mean? You start
Yes.
having to figure out all these tips and tricks to make things work for you.
To see
And
somebody's face. Like,
yeah,
okay, like, and it's just because I know your face, but to see somebody's face that I haven't seen before, and you're talking to me, and then I'm seeing people that I went to school with, they like, girl, I know you see me, and I was saying to myself, baby, you really don't, I don't see you. I don't
yeah,
see you. That's what I'm saying in the back of my head. I'm like, no, baby, I
all
don't
you
see
are
you.
is a silhouette. And if I get close enough, I can
Yes,
feel the heat, so I know you're alive. But that's about it.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
One girl, I went to a salon and she was there. She worked there. I didn't know. And she came up to me. I couldn't see her face, but I love this girl. And so my friend told me, did you see her? I said, no. And she knew how my sight was. And we called the girl. I was like, girl, I heard your voice and everything. I couldn't put your voice with your face. I said, but I did not see you. I am so sorry. I know Sent told you about my eyes and all this. She said, I know I told them I don't think I done anything to her or anything like that. And she thought I was being funny. I was saying, baby, I did not see you. Forgive me. Because I
And
couldn't see her face.
but here's the deal. I didn't see you isn't a forgiveness moment. Like I literally did not see you.
Right.
Yes.
And if you were in any other situation, you were in a crowd and that other person, didn't or you didn't speak to them or whatever, they would assume you didn't see them.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody assumes
Right.
your eyesight is that negligible that in a
Yes.
small arena of people you couldn't see.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we don't identify with it as sighted people. We don't identify with it. And I try and tell as many people as possible when you're talking to your family, dealing with your family, pay attention to the clues. Are the chairs getting closer to the TV? Are there things, in the pantry or in on shelves that are separated on purpose? You know, it's not about, you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention. Are people touching walls? Are they touching furniture? It's because they can't tell where things are.
Running over everything
Mm.
in the street.
Right.
Yes.
Are they suddenly getting clumsy and kicking, into furniture and knocking over stuff? And
Yes.
you think, are you high? No, I can't see.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that something? That is
Yeah.
something, man. That
And
is
even
something.
even restaurants, there are restaurateurs that have gotten smart about people with sight issues. And when you go to some of these higher end restaurants and the lighting's really dim, they're now adding lamps on the tables so that people that are sight impaired can turn on a proper light to be able to read a menu or see the person across from them.
Hmm. Yeah. It makes you realize so much. It makes you very sensitive to a lot of things. Um, like I'm just so much aware now. And then it
Yes,
makes you use other senses,
yes,
so it's like, wow, like I've gained so much knowledge from being where I am right now. And it's a beautiful thing too. Like all of it is not so bad because I've learned so much from it as well,
yes,
and how to be a little more sensitive even when it comes to people, and where they
yes.
are in their lives, so it's some good perks about it as well.
Yes, there it really does make you more conscious that everybody doesn't operate at the same level of sensitivity.
Yep.
And we
Mm-hmm.
have to be more willing to consider not have somebody have to explain in detail
Mhm.
what they're dealing with.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, because that's the other thing that creates embarrassment is when people are like, you can't see that? Really? Really? You
That's the
seriously can't
worst.
see that?
That's the
Like,
worst for me.
I want to punch people in the face when they do
Thank
that.
you. Yeah, I had a girl at the salon. I'm looking for trash bags, and I'm like, "Where are they?" And I'm all in the cabinet. You don't see them? I'm like,
Right.
"No." And so when
Isn't
she
it
came to
obvious
the
I don't
back,
see them?
she said, then she stood there and said it again, knowing how my eyes are. She said, "You don't see them right there?" I said, "No." And then this what I said. It is so junky, I can't see it. And I said, "Oh my God.
Well,
Oh
that
my
was good.
God." I stuck my foot in my mouth, but it was junky for real. And I'm just like, OMG, Washika, why did you say that?
No, I had family members where, I'd be in situations like going out to lunch and stuff like that, and I wouldn't be able to see something, and I'm like, no, I can't read the menu. Really? You can't
Yes.
read that? I'm like, what word in the sentence I can't see that did you not understand?
And then
Oh
you hate to
God.
keep saying can't though. That's one of the
Yes.
things I
Yeah,
hate to keep.
yeah.
Yeah, no. And then they get like they want to take over. Because then I can't read the menu. And my daughter would say, oh, they have this thing you like and that thing you'd like. And I'd say, okay, I'm going to have this or that and the other. And then you have somebody order for you like you're a child.
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm,
Like
mm-mm,
you've pissed me off at so
mm-mm.
many different levels. I
Yeah.
can't
So
even,
then now you're on the defense, and I'm just
right.
like,
Now I
now
can't
get
even
ready to
enjoy
tell you something
myself.
because you already know.
Right.
Like,
Right.
no,
And
you
then
already
as my
know.
eyesight started getting better, it's like they got more involved in trying to lead me around and be helpful after my eyesight started getting better.
Yeah. Oh God. And, and,
I'm
and,
like,
and the thing was for me is like you never know. It's a situation for me to let you see who's really there for you because I'm
yeah,
a very outgoing person. So to be in this position is like for me, it's a hardship. But for other people, it's like, oh, now she can't do what she usually do. And it's like a feel-good situation for them because they feel incompetent because of their own lives. And so now they want to compare your life to their life and they can see you can't see. So I'm just like, oh, what in the world? So I really see what's going on right now.
yes. And
When
people
I want
will,
the best for you, when I want the best for you, and you're looking at my life thinking that my life is better than your life, and then when I get like this, you're feeling like you're on top of the world now because my life is down here, yours is up there. So I've
right.
had to deal with that as well, and that's the one of the hardest things to deal with at times as well.
You'll know who to
Yeah.
look
And
behind, that's for
people,
sure.
So do you understand what I mean about that?
Yeah.
yes, yeah, because you're in a situation where you can only do so much.
Yeah,
Like
it was
when I
hurtful.
first was diagnosed with these cataracts and I was like, it's too expensive. There's no way I can get this surgery. I had multiple people say to me, well, you should have saved your money better. You should have done this better. You should have done this
Ooh.
different or whatever whatever their advice was.
Hmm.
It was what you should have done. And I'm like, well, I'll just get Superman, go back in time and take your advice. What do you want me to do?
That's rather
I
cruel.
can't change it now.
You so funny. Like, what do you want?
But and I'll just interject this, but there's always a way to get things done. And you're all evidence of that. And and Washika, is that your name?
Yes, ma'am.
And you may not have heard my story. I've been blind since I was 8 years old, and I'm now 68, almost 69, but not yet. And so it's like you learn and I was like you, I did not want to use that white cane. I called it the stupid white cane. I was like, until I
Mm-hmm.
had so many accidents and so many, injuries that I finally had to start using it. But there's a lot of emotional issues that go along with losing your sight. But I've you use the tools that you can find. There's a lot of tools on the iPhone that make things easier. There's all
Mm-hmm.
kinds of tools. Use the tools until Leslie's eye drops help
Yes.
restore our sight. And that's everyone's telling, if I were to tell my ophthalmologist what I'm doing here with the eye drops, he would
Oh,
say,
yeah.
he'd say, no, it's not going to work. You can't reverse retinal damage. But I've seen the medical system be wrong about too many things to believe that anymore. So we
Hmm.
use the tools that will help keep you safe while you're dealing with the vision loss, while you're then using Leslie's eye drops, and you will begin seeing significant improvement. And I'm excited about these new drops that Leslie's sending out now. I'm excited about this, and I have a lot of hope. Even with my situation, I have hope. Yeah.
Yeah. And I commend, like, I had this young lady, she was like in her 30s. She would come over through this company here in Atlanta, and that she worked for, and she was in her 30s and she was fully blind. Her name was Araceli, but Araceli is the dopest young girl like I've ever met blind. I mean, like, I want to hang out with Araceli. That's how
Oh,
dope she is to be fully blind. Like, Araceli can do everything. We laugh together. I just love Araceli
Yeah.
because she makes life look easy.
Uh-huh.
Like, she does all these amazing things, and
Yeah.
she would talk to me and stuff like that. And she was a young girl. I'm much older than she is, but I think she's very dope. She can dress real nice, and she just helped me out
Good.
so much.
Good, good. Yeah. And I'm not totally blind. I still have light perception, which my
Mm-hmm.
ophthalmologist says there's no functional tissue in your retinas. I don't know how you can have light perception. I said, I do. I can still see light. So, again,
Mm.
again, they can be wrong. But yeah, I know people that are absolute and total darkness, and that they're better on the computer than I am. But things like that. Yeah. But just don't lose hope. Never lose hope.
Yeah.
This is going to work. This is going to work.
Yeah, I know it is,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
when I prayed, that's when
Yes.
I saw Leslie. Like, it was
Yes.
hours later, so I know that it was nothing but God. So
Yes.
I know you're going to be able to see again too, because
Yeah.
you feel as if you believe you
Yeah.
are.
I do.
So I
I
know
do.
you will.
I
And I
do.
know you will because of
There's a
that.
there's a scripture that someone shared with me in the Bible, but they said it was left out of a lot of the newer Bibles, which I don't know why it would be. It was Matthew 11, verse 24, that says, "Whatsoever you ask for in prayer, believe you have received
Mm-hmm.
it,
Received it.
and it
Yeah.
will be yours."
Already.
And I'm
yes.
like, yeah, believe you
Mm-hmm.
already have it. And when Jesus
Yes.
was healing the blind, he didn't say, well, okay, if God is having a good day and he wants you to see, he said, no, he said, according to your
The faith.
faith.
Your
Right.
faith.
So
And all you
Yeah.
need is
yeah,
faith of a mustard seed.
yes,
So
yes,
yeah,
yes,
exactly. So
yeah,
that's all there is to it. And
yeah.
it's I got it, I look at it multiple ways, but the biggest way is this process brought me back my eyesight. It has also given me this desire to figure out more about how the eye actually operates and what it needs to get better and better and better.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And meeting you all feeds that energy,
Uh,
every single day. And I go to sleep. And when I had my technology company, the reason I started a technology company is because I would dream code. I literally would fall asleep and have a code issue that I couldn't figure out and wake up and be like, that's it. Go to the computer, even I wouldn't even brush my teeth or pee. I'd go straight to the computer, like, here's what I got to
Mm-hmm.
do. Boom, 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 boom. And then everything else could start because it would just come to me. And, you know, like I was connected to that level of energy. And I really feel like I'm connected to this level of energy about eyesight. And like even reading about the stupid fish
Yeah,
feels like
zebrafish. Yeah.
confirmation that I'm thinking the
Yes.
right way.
Yeah.
Like,
We-
and whatever is giving me the energy and the desire and the information, however that's working out, whether that's the universe or God or both or all, however it's coming to me,
From the
it's
Mhm.
always
source.
coming to
Yes.
serve
Yes.
everybody else.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not mine. It's to give it away.
My prayer is that you continue and you continue to be
Yes.
uplifted and continue to have your dreams.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
100%. 100%. I promise you, after tonight, there's going to be some dream I have about boiling this fish,
Fish eyeball stew.
turning it
Yeah.
into an eye drop.
We're going to make fish
Yeah.
eyeball stew next. I'm sorry, Altamise. I'm never going to let you live that down. Okay.
That's all right. Like I say, my family doesn't put anything beyond me because I'll go for it.
No, and there is a
And-
fish eye soup. Like there is fish head soup and fish
Oh
eye soup.
yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
Like,
I never heard of that.
Yeah,
Ew.
Oh yeah.
it is.
That's
yeah,
why he thought I was gonna make some. I'm like, nah.
I've decided against that. But
Yeah.
no, there is so many um there's just so many things available to us. And the more that we engage with one another, like this community is the thing that keeps feeding the faith of there's more. I'm gonna get more. You know,
Yeah, yeah. And
something is
that,
gonna
that
work for me.
yes, yes. And that's why I can't wait for the full manifestation. I just want y'all to come and party with me. Just celebrate with me when
Yes.
this full manifestation
Yes.
comes.
Yes.
We're
Like
gonna
I'm
burn
so
the city down,
excited.
Washika. We're gonna burn the city
Huh?
down. We're both in Atlanta. We're gonna put this city on its heels.
Look,
Like,
and
Yeah.
then telling everybody about it. For I know so many people, like I am, God has really made me a person of persuasion to once I believe in something, like I can sell it. If it does something for me, like I can be like, come on in, and that's what I'm looking forward to. Not only me being healed, but other
But
people
others,
as
yes.
well.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I
that
desire
is
and want.
that is what I envision myself is each one teach one, and it just continues to flow and flow and flow. Like there's nothing
Yes,
that needs to stop the progression of us getting better. I have dreams
yes.
of me being on big podcasts talking about how
Absolutely.
to restore your eyesight.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's done already. That's done already. From the beginning, it was already done in the end. Like that's done.
Yes. Yeah, no, yeah, I agree with that 1,000%. All right, it's
Le-
8:06.
Okay, Leslie, really quick. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I was the young lady with the mom that had the issue. We got disconnected. I wanted to get the information again. If she could drop it in the chat and I can kind of I guess screenshot it and I can go to the site and go ahead and order what I need for her.
I did. I
You did-
did.
you did-
So you're
hold
not
on.
seeing it?
Let me go back again. Okay, hold
It's
on.
still,
I did
yeah,
get
it's still
something
in
with a
the chat.
thumbs up. Okay, let me go back to the chat again now. Only thing I'm seeing is let me go back to everybody. Okay, send to everybody. I got you. Because I think I chatted to you, Miss Coco. So okay, I see the 4. Okay, I go here. And the C, only 2. I thought it was 3. Oh, I see it. I see
Yeah,
it. 4. Okay,
it's
4 and I. I see it.
49,
And the 40,
4016 and see clear with DMSO.
Okay, and the second thing is the website. What's the website that I go under?
The website is bearcatbody.com. It's
Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
BareCatBody.com.
Gotcha. Okay, so I just go on there and place the order, and it's going to give her directions on what to do and how to use it.
Yeah, you'll get an email once your order is boxed,
Okay.
packaged, you'll get an
Gotcha.
email that
Okay.
says, here's how you use these products.
Okay, okay, sounds good. Okay. I appreciate that information and I've enjoyed the chat. So thank you so much.
No, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming. And we're here Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. So you can feel free to come here any time that we're here and ask
Uh-huh.
any question or put anything forward that you want, or just listen in if you just want to listen
Okay.
to the conversation.
Okay, sounds good. We'll definitely do that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay.
Bye-bye.
So yeah, it's just after 8 o'clock. So it's time for me to close out because I got to get ready to be live on TikTok for 2 hours from 9 to 11 p.m. So you're all welcome to join me over there in an hour. And I'm gonna get myself some dinner and some H3O, Coco. I'm gonna have
Oh,
some
Yeah,
yeah.
H3O.
yeah. I had some lemon balm with some cucumbers that I let infuse with basil and some key lime and just a little bit of agave to give it just a tiny bit of, take any bitterness out.
Yeah.
Honey, I'll
Was it
see
Yeah.
y'all
good?
in the hour. It's very calming. So yeah, but it has a lot of minerals. So we can definitely talk about that on our TikTok live.
100%. Yeah. Bring it on, bring it on, bring it on.
Yeah.
All right.
Good
Thank
night.
you
Bless
everyone for
you.
coming. Good night. Bless you all. Take the best care and nurture yourself.